The difference between hoodie and sweatshirt is the hood that is on top. That's the cap. That's the difference between hoodie and sweatshirt. So what I'm wearing now is a sweatshirt. So hoodie comprises of the body. So this is the body. So we have the two piece, both the front and the back. So for sweatshirt also, it also comprises of the body, right? So this is the body, right? Then it has sleeve, and you can see sweatshirt too with sleeve. Then it has band. This is the band over here. For sweatshirt, we have band here. Then for hoodie, we have pockets. Most of the time, hoodie will come with pockets, but a lot of time for sweatshirts, it doesn't have pockets. Although you can just be creative with it and say you want to add pocket to it, okay? But normal sweatshirt that you want to make does not have pockets. But for hoodie, it comes with hoodie. I mean, it comes with pocket. So the difference between hoodie and sweatshirt is the hood that is on top. For sweatshirt, it's just the normal round neck that will be there. Then hoodie has a pocket. Why for sweatshirt is optional, all right? But both they have band on the sleeve, and on the down part there is also band for both sweatshirts and hoodie. So that's the difference between both of them. Now for this sweatshirt, now you can always make normal jogger pants with it, like what I'm going to be doing to this hoodie over here. So I'm going to be making the hoodie, then I'll also make jogger pants on it. That makes it two piece, all right? So now that I have my pieces, the first thing I need to work on is on the pocket. So I need to overlock this part. This is the entering part. Overlock this part, overlock this part, all right? So let's start with that. So you can see the parts that I overlock on the pocket over here, okay? Over here, over here. Also note that for hoodie, you can use your manual machine to sew it perfectly. Yes, your butterfly, your domestic sewing machine, you can use it to sew it perfectly. The reason is it is not as stretchy as normal t-shirt material. Hoodie is thick, it's not as stretchy as normal t-shirt material. So with your domestic machine, you can start making joggers, you can make hoodie, right? You can make sweatshirts, right? Because the materials are not as stretchy as t-shirt material. And also the only clause you might have is because some of these material are very thick, and if your manual machine have problem with sewing thick material, you might have issue with that, and that is why you can call or your engineer to sort that for you, right? Now this is what I'm going to do. This is the down part of the pocket. I'm going to notch it. So after notching the pocket, you're also going to go ahead and notch the front part. You know, pocket will stay in the front, right? So I'm going to notch the down part of the front body. So I'm going to notch it just like this. So after notching it, so before placing the pocket, see something, this is the upper part of the pocket, this is the down part of the pocket. You can see over here is the pocket entry, okay? This over here is the pocket entry. That's where our hand is going to enter, the two sides. So this other side is where I'm going to attach to the body. I will attach this side also to the body and also here. So this place I have to leave it open, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in with like 0.5, okay? So that's what I'm going to do, and stitch. So now that I've stitched the two sides, you can see what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place it on the body, okay? Remember where we notched, okay? So I'll just, at this point you can use your pin. So you remember we also notch on the pocket also, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and so I'm going to place the notch part and the notch part on this other, on each other, okay? I'm just going to pin just like this. All right, so now that I'm done pinning this part, I'm going to fold it in just like this. Can you see? Then I'll go ahead and stitch that down also. So from there, I'll release my needle in and I'll stitch the down part straight. Now when I get to this part, I'll do the same thing that I did here. I'll do it here also. Fold it in, making sure it's at the same angle with the other side. It has to rhyme. Okay, it has to rhyme. Then I'll go ahead and stitch that up. Just the same way. So you can see what we have. Okay, now it remains the upper part, and we'll be done with our pocket. So this upper part now, you're just going to fold it in just like this. Now when you are stitching it, you have to be very careful because the material is stretchy, so you have to be careful when you are sewing. If not, it's going to so stretch that this part will expand more than this side, then it's not going to rhyme. So we are done with the pocket. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the back side of the hoodie, take the back side, so place it on it. Now at this point, you can use your overlock machine to do this. Yes, if you have 4 thread, you can use 4 thread to do this. Do the shoulders, the sleeve, then the cap. All right. So, but I'm going to join with the straight sewing first. I'm going to join it with the straight sewing first. Join the second shoulder. Now, the disadvantage of you joining first with your straight sewing machine is that immediately you are done joining the shoulder, you have to stand up again and overlock. All right, because now if you decide to join your sleeve over here, there are some parts that you won't be able to overlock, right? So as you are joining one part, you have to overlock and come back. But the reason sometimes I usually use straight sewing, that's the advantage part of it, is there are some of this material that sometimes they are thick and they open out when you use only straight overlock to join them together. You'll just be seeing some traces of thread outside. But for the straight sewing, it's going to make it more firm, right? So that's the reason sometimes I usually use straight sewing first, then I don't mind going to my overlock to do the overlock and come back. So let's go. Overlock. Now I have to stand up again to join the sleeve. Now I've notched the sleeve over here. I've notched it. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it at the middle so that I can join it together. Now I'm done joining the sleeve. I'll go back to my overlock and overlock it. You can see now that I'm done joining the shoulder and the sleeves, I'll just go ahead, join the body from the sleeve downward. So you can see what we have at this point. So the next thing we're going to do is to put the band. We'll put the band on the sleeve, and also I'm going to put the hood. Now let me start working on the hood. Now for this hood, I'm using lilac for the inner. So for hoodie, you can decide to line your cap. You put lining, that will be double. Or you can decide to make it just one piece, right? So for this, I'm going to use lilac for the lining. Then the purple, the main body, that will be it for the cap. Now for cap, it's usually 4 pieces. This is 2 pieces over here. Then we have another 2 pieces over here. Can you see? Now the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the back part of this the hood. Now this is the back. This is the back side. You can see the shape. This is the back side of the hood. This is the front side. So it's the back side I'm going to be joining together. So I'm going to join this one together first, right? So I'll go ahead and join the line part too. So now that we have this, since all this one is going to be inside, you don't need to overlock it again. All this part is going to be inside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to join, this is the right side of the main and the right side of the lining over here. So I'm going, the middle part here, I'm going to join it with the middle part over here. Make sure it's matched, if not it's going to show, because this is going to be at the center front over here. So I'm going to open this up so that it's going to lay very well. Open the seam, okay, then you can as well pin it. Then you're going to start sewing it, okay, because we want to make this one piece. All right, so you can see what we have. So I'll just turn it, then it becomes one piece. Can you see? Our cap is almost ready. You can see what we have. Now at this point, you can't join it to the body at this point. So what you need to do, you know, hoodie cap always have rope, right? So we have to put eyelets on it first before we can continue. So you're going to measure where you want your eyelet to be. Measure it on the cap. Right, so the eyelet has to be on the main part, not the lining. All right, so this is the dice that I'm using. So for this hoodie, this is the dice, I mean this is the size that you should use for hoodie. This is the size you should use. So that's the eyelet. Then this is the washer. So you can see what we have. So I'll do the same thing to this side. So you can see what we have. So now we can finish up with the cap now. So I decided to push this out a little bit, the inner part, so that I can create that effect, you know, that another color effect when I was creating casing for the rope. So this is the casing for the rope, right? So there's actually a standard measurement for it. You get all this in my streetwear class, and how to cut it and all. Cutting is major, very important. So, and the size and everything, you're going to get it in my streetwear class. So let's continue. So we're going to attach the hood on the main body now. So you can see our hood. Can you see? So I'll go ahead, overlock it as usual. Back tape and size tag over here, okay, at the back of the hood, so that I can finish these rough edges over here. But before then, I'm going to put the band, right? I'll fix the band. So I've cut it out already. So there's a principle to attaching band. Not just, there's a measurement principle to attaching band. We're almost done with our hoodie. Okay, overlock it. But I'll just do the band for the sleeve at once. So the last thing to do is just to fix the back tape. Alright, so that's just the last thing to do here. I'll fix the back tape. And we are done with our hoodie. We are done with our hoodie. Make I remove them so that you see. See beauty. See beauty, beauty, beauty. This is large size. So the size is large. So I'm done. So the next thing to do is just to put the rope through this casing. And that's all. And this is the end result of our hoodie. Both the hoodie and the pants. You can see what is giving. The quality of this material is top notch. Top notch. So it's around 4 at the moment. So it took me around 2 hours 30 minutes to make this. You know, I was making video in between and all that, and that makes the time longer. If not, if I'm just, you know, without making video and all, it will be more shorter than that. So you can see what we have. This is the back side, and this is the front. You can see the effect of the other color. Okay, so do well to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment in the comment section below. And I also want to encourage you that if you are a if you are a tailor and you are thinking of what other niche can you venture into, I want to say that streetwear is a very good niche for you. You can venture into it, and it's a very good one, sincerely. Very good one. So in case you are interested, I have an online class that go for just 25,000 naira. The class is very detailed, so you can just join the class, register. That's my number on the screen. You can chat me up. If you also want us to make this for you in bulk, maybe you have a boutique and you want us to produce something like this for you, we can do that. Or your wedding anniversary is coming, you have something you want to do and you just want to rock hoodie, contact me. That's my number on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.